Friends, today we'll start Biochemistry Unit First. Carbohydrate. Let's see with introductions. Carbohydrates are organic compounds made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. They are main source of energy for the body and provide 4 kilocalories per gram. Its formula CS2O. Let's see with classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are monosaccharide, we call as simple sugar. Then simple sugar in which glucose, fructose, and galactose. You see here a detailed classification of carbohydrates. It's you see here, you can see, wait, this is carbohydrate classification with simple sugar and complex sugar. In simple sugar it's classified monosaccharides and disaccharides. Okay, in monosaccharides in which glucose, fructose, and galactose. In disaccharides, sucrose, lactose, and maltose. Okay, in complex carbohydrates is divided oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Oligosaccharides means is saccharides we can call a chains of sugars like 3 to 10 is a oligosaccharides, and many chains of sugar units we call polysaccharides. Polysugar under that classification is storage polysaccharides and structural polysaccharides. Then we move to, you can see, okay. Then source of carbohydrate, from where we provide obtain from carbohydrate source like cereals, rice, wheat, maize, and oats. From fruits, banana, apples, mango, and grapes. From vegetables, potato, sweet potato, and sugarcane. From sweets, honey, jaggery, dairy and milk products, and milk also. Then we will see the function of carbohydrate, how it will function in our body. The main source of energy. Carbohydrate is the main source of energy. Protein preparing actions, it prepare the protein also. Okay, it helps in fat videos. Let's we'll understand about metabolism, how it happens in our body. Okay, then prevent ketosis, storage energy as glycogen, provide dietary fiber essential for normal brain functions, to improve digestion and to carbohydrates. Then digestion of carbohydrates. Digestions of carbohydrate digest is the main process of break down the complex carbohydrate. The main process breaking down of the complex carbohydrate into monosaccharides. Monosaccharides means in the simple unit of the sugar. Okay, then we'll see about steps of digestion, how it's happen from our in our body, how it's happen. First it happens from start from the mouth. In how it's happen, salivary gland secrete the saliva amylase. In our mouth, salivary gland is there, it secrete the enzyme called amylase. You remember this, it will come in the MCQ question. They can ask what is the enzymes of salivary gland. They will another name is petalin or amylase. Begin the digestion of starch, convert starch into maltose and dextrin. They will can ask the how mouth uh, starch convert in the with maltose and dextrin, convert into maltose and dextrin who converted salivary amylase. Okay, then from the mouth it will goes to the leads to significant carbohydrate digestion. No significant carbohydrate digestion in the stomach, no digestion happens of carbohydrate. Then acid gastric juice inactivate salivary amylase. How the salivary amylase is produced by the salivary gland, it's the it inactivates the gastric acid who salivary amylase. How then it leads to the small intestine. Then pancreatic amylase. Then pancreatic amylase continue digestion of starch into maltose. What is pancreatic amylase? Pancreatic amylase is the enzyme produced by in the small intestine with help of so many gland also helping to produce pancreatic amylase. And the intestinal brush border enzymes complete the digestion. Then maltase is an enzyme convert the maltose into glucose. Then sucrase is the enzyme converting the sucrose, glucose plus fructose. Lactase is the enzyme convert the lactose into glucose plus galactose. Then we see absorptions. Monosaccharides are absorbed through the intestinal villi. Then glucose and galactose are active transport. Then fructose are facilitated transport. Where it absorb happens, glucose and galactose it transferred via active transport, and fructose are facilitated diffusion. Understand? Okay, understand. Then they enter the bloodstream through the hepatic portal when and reach to the liver. This is the absorption of carbohydrates. Then we see in product of carbohydrates. The end product, it will come glucose, fructose, and galactose. These are used by the cells to produce ATP for store the glycogen in the liver and muscles. You can see the flow charts of carbohydrate, how it happens from the mouth, salivary amylase, ptyalin, starch converted into maltose and dextrin. Then it leads no, in the stomach, no significant digestion happens. In this, you remember in the digestion of carbohydrates is not happening in the stomach. Then food goes to the carbohydrate goes to the small intestine. In the small intestine, pancreatic amylase is an enzyme convert the starch into maltose and dextrin. Then the brush border enzymes. The brush border enzyme found in the villi, they convert the maltase enzyme in maltose into glucose plus glucose and sucrose enzyme convert the sucrose glucose plus fructose, and lactase convert the lactose into glucose into galactose. Okay, then monosaccharides, glucose plus fructose, then absorption in the blood. You can see the flow chart also for remembering. Then we'll move our absorption of carbohydrates. Absorption of carbohydrate is the process. Absorption of carbohydrate is the process by which the end product of carbohydrate digestion, glucose, the end product of carbohydrate digestion is glucose, galactose, and fructose. Okay, are absorbed through the small intestine in the bloodstream. Then steps of absorptions. How it absorbs? Absorptions mainly occurs in the duodenum and jejunum of the small intestine. What is the part? What is the small intestine part? Duodenum and jejunum. Absorption of carbohydrates mainly happening in the small intestine parts, duodenum and jejunum. The intestinal villi, macrovilli increase the surface area for efficient absorption. The intestinal villi and macrovilli increase the surface area. Both intestinal villi and uh, intestinal villi and macrovilli increase the surface area for efficient absorption, means they will increase the absorptions of the carbohydrate. Then mechanism of absorption. Mechanism of absorption: glucose and galactose absorbed by the secondary active transport through the SLGLT1 transport with the sodium. Then fructose absorbed by the facilitated diffusion through the GLUT5 transporters. Then it transport into the blood. All the monosaccharide leave the intestinal cell through the GLU2 transport. Then they enter the hepatic portal vein and carried into the liver. Fat in the liver. The liver use glucose of energy, store excess glucose as glycogen. Then after absorption, after absorption and after first digestion happening, after digestion absorption, what happened for the end product of the carbohydrates? The liver use glucose for energy. They store excess glucose as a glycogen. When excess glucose is stored in the blood, the liver is stored as a glycogen through the glucogenosis. We'll see glucogenesis in upcoming videos how it happening. Okay, then release the glucose into the blood to maintain the normal blood glucose level. The end product of absorption: glucose, galactose and fructose. Then we'll see the metabolism of carbohydrate. Before we'll see the metabolism of carbohydrate, we understand what is the metabolism, how it happening is in our body. Everybody has confusion how it happening, what is the metabolism, how the cell produce the energy. First we'll see the definition of metabolism. Metabolism is the sum of, wait, metabolism is the sum of all chemical reactions. What is metabolism? Sum of all chemical reactions that occurs in the body to maintain life, produce energy and support the growth and repair the tissue. Metabolism is a sum of all chemical reactions. All chemical reactions means in which anabolism and plus catabolism both happening. Anabolism and catabolism both happening. Okay. Then metabolism, the process by which body converts metabolism is a process by body convert foods into energy. Metabolism is a type of process by which body convert foods into energy and other substance need for growth. for need for growth, repair, and normal body functions. Then type of metabolism we'll see. Anabolism, before I already told you two types of metabolism: anabolism and catabolism. What is the anabolism and what is the catabolism? Anabolism Anabolism builds the molecule from the simple ones required for energy. It means it builds the complex molecules from the simpler ones. It means from the one molecule, from a small molecule, it uh, build a complex molecule. And catabolism means break down the complex molecule into the simpler one and release energy. In which form body release energy? Anabolism or catabolism? You comment this point. Okay, you answer. You answer in comment. Okay, in which condition body produce energy, anabolism or catabolism? Then for example, glucose ATP catabolism, and you hear example already is present here. Protein synthesis is anabolism. Okay, the difference among the metabolism, digestion, and absorption. What is the difference among? So many students confusing in this word metabolism, digestion, and absorption. So we did study about how, what is the mean of digestion, metabolism, and absorption, how it happens in our body. So first we'll see. We'll start with digestion. Digestion is the process of breaking down. Digestion is the process of it. Digestion is the process of breaking down complex food into simple soluble substance that can absorb by body. Okay, it it occurs mainly in mouth, stomach, and small intestine with the help of digestive enzyme and digestive juice. Understand what is what is digestion? Digestion is the process of breaking down complex food into simpler soluble substance that can be absorbed by the body. It occurs mainly in the mouth, stomach, small intestine with the help of digestive enzyme and digestive juice. Then we'll see. Let's then Absorption. What is absorption? Absorption is the process by which the digested nutrient. What absorption is? The digested nutrient. Digested nutrient pass through the wall of small intestine into the blood or lymph. These nutrients are transported to different parts of body for use. Understand absorption? Then, what is metabolism? Before already we see about metabolism, then again we'll see is the sum of the all chemical reactions that occurs in the body cells convert what when if anyone asks you where metabolism happen, the site of metabolism, then you tell the it's body cells, in the cells. When where happenings metabolism? In the cells. Digestion, when happen, where happenings? The site of digestion, it's happening what it is start from the mouth, but is main digestion having this, you see, digest in the small intestine. You can see here it's occur in the small intestine, but absorptions were happening in the small intestine or lymph. You can see here small intestine or lymph. Okay, then metabolism, it's happen in the body cell. Body cell convert absorb nutrient into the energy. Body cells and absorb the nutrient into the energy for support the growth, repair, and maintenance of the tissue. It includes the catabolism, breakdown of the molecules to release the energy, and anabolism, build complex molecule to for the growth and repair. You see, digestion is sequence to remember. Digestions first happenings, digestion, then absorption, then metabolism. Metabolism is a breakdown and take in uses what energy. Then we see the metabolism of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is the process by which glucose is utilized and stored and produced to provide the energy and maintain the normal body functions. Okay, then major pathway of carbohydrate metabolism. First pathway is glycolysis. Glycolysis means breakdown of glucose into pyruvate in the cytoplasm, produce small amount of ATP, occurs in body cells. Then Krebs cycle, citric acid cycle. You can see the citric cycle, how it happening. The Krebs cycle, first it produces the citrate acid is converted into isocitrate, then isocitrate is converted into alpha ketoglutarate, then alpha ketoglutarate is converted into succinyl CoA, then succinyl CoA is converted into succinate, then succinate converted into fumarate, fumarate is converted into malate. Malate is converted into oxalate. From citrate is converted to isocitrate with the help of the enzyme. With you can see here the enzyme name citrine synthase. Synthase is the enzyme. Then isocitrate is converted into ketoglutarate with the help of isocitrate dehydrogenase. Genase is a isocitrate and dehydrogenase is the enzyme. Okay, you remember. Then alpha ketoglutarate is converted into succinyl CoA with the help of the enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase. Then succinyl CoA is converted into the succinate with the help of enzyme substrate and level of the phosphoparase isolations. Then succinyl is converted into by the fed. Then sumerase is added with the S2O and then converted into malate, and malate converted into help of enzyme oxalic acetate. Then we see the glycolysis in the pyruvate into in pyruvate oxidation acetyl CoA and NADH CO2. First we if anyone asks you where citric acid या Krebs cycle is happening, you tell कि it's happening in the mitochondria. Pyruvate is converted into acetyl CoA which enters the Krebs cycles, then produce the NADH and then an FADS2, then ATP release. Then electron transported chain. It takes place in the inner mitochondrial membrane. NADH and FAD2 donates the electron to produce a large amount of ATP. Oxygen is required in aerobic respiration. Then glycogenesis. What is the meaning of glycogenesis? Excess glucose is converted into glycogen. Where glycogen is happening? Where is stored in the form of glucose in liver. Excess glucose is converted into glycogen. It is stored in the liver. You remember this one, okay? And stored mainly in the liver and skeletal muscles and stimulated by insulin. Then glycogenolysis. What's the meaning of glycogenolysis? Breakdown of glycogen into glucose occurs during the fasting and exercise, stimulated by the glycogen and adrenaline. If anyone asks you how it is stimulated by, it's stimulated by adrenaline glands. Okay, what is the meaning of glucogenolysis? Genosis, formation of glucose from the non-carbohydrates source such as the amino acids, glycerols, and lactate occurs mainly in the liver during the prolonged fasting. When glucogenosis happenings, when we any persons in fasting a prolonged period of he didn't eat any foods or anything, that times glucose converted in formation of glucose from non-carbohydrate source such as amino acids, glycerol, and lactate. In that conditions, glucose is converted in the source of amino acid and glycerol and lactate. These things you remember for your 1 marks question. Okay, in MCQs they can ask how it's converting in period of prolonged fasting. Okay, then what mean of lipogenesis? Lipogenesis when carbohydrate intake is excessive. When carbohydrate intake is excessive, extra glucose is converted into fat or triglyceride for storage. Okay, triglyceride for storage. Then hormonal regulation. Insulin lower the blood glucose by increasing the glucose uptake and glycogen synthesis. Glucagon rises the blood glucose by stimulating the glycogen and break down the genosis. Then adrenaline increases the glycogen breakdown during the stress and exercise. Then we will study about the disorder related to carbohydrate metabolism. Okay, then first we'll see the definition of carbohydrate metabolism. Carbohydrate disorder of carbohydrate metabolism. Carbohydrate metabolism disorder are the conditions in which the body unable to digest, absorb, utilize, or store the regulated carbohydrate properly, leading to abnormal glucose level enzyme deficiencies. First disorder of carbohydrate metabolism is means diabetes mellitus. Insulin cause insulin deficiency or insulin resistance, features hyperglycemia, polyuria, polydysplasia, polyphagia. Everyone comment me about the polyuria, polydysplasia, polyphagia. What the mean of polyuria and polydysplasia and polyphagia? You comment in answer. You answer in the comment. Okay. Then another carbohydrate disorder related to metabolism disorder, hyperglycemia. Hyperglycemia causes diabetes mellitus, stress, infections, feature features in excessive thirst, frequent urinations, blood visions, and fatigue. Then glycogen storage disease causes the inherited enzyme deficiency affecting the glycogen metabolism, and in features abnormal glycogen stored in the liver and muscles. Then lactose intolerance. Lactose intolerance caused by lactase enzyme deficiency features abdominal pain, bloating, diarrhea, flutuance, and after milk intake. Then galactosemia caused by deficiency of enzyme required for galactose metabolism features vomiting, jaundice, poor feeding, and liver damage. Then hereditary fructose intolerance cause adolescence B enzymes and deficiency features vomiting, hypoglycemia, abdominal pain, and dysfunctions. Regulations of next videos. So I hope everyone understand from the carbohydrate absorption to metabolism. Thanks for watching.